The March meeting of the Middlesex County Public Schools School Board will please come to order. Do I hear a motion to come out of recess?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we move the environmental literacy plan from its current place on the agenda to after the educational highlights.
You've heard the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's now time for public announcements. Right. All right. Correction, it is now time for the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand as we pledge allegiance to the flag and to our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public announcements. March is National Reading Month and National Nutrition Month, both things extremely important for effective education. March 17th, we'll have a Parents' Night at 6:30 to 8 p.m. at this very location. And Sullivan's Message, which the superintendent will talk about a little later in the meeting, will be the focus of our attention. For students out there, you will be interested to know that on March 26th, we're sending report cards home. On March 28th, you'll also be interested to know, both teachers and students, that it's an early release for everybody. On March 31st to April the 4th is spring break. And I'm told that after spring break, there's only 39 days left in school. And on April the 14th, we have our regular school board meeting in April, right back here at 6:30. So those are the public announcements. Now it's time for us to have some recognitions, Dr. Sykes.
And I'm going to go to the podium for recognitions. We have a few tonight. We are preparing some slides, I believe. Is this on? It sounds like it is. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start with what I've come down here to share. Last week, our school board members attended the annual meeting and dinner of the Virginia School Board Association Eastern Region, for those who were able to go. And part of that meeting is the VSBA Eastern Regional Art Contest. And student art from elementary, middle, and high school levels represent each school division in the competition. And so we submitted artwork from both the elementary, middle, and high school, and it's judged at the regional forum by area school board members. And so the regional art contest started in 1989 and was to promote the artistic talents of Virginia's public school students. As I said, we submitted it from each of our 3 schools. So at this time, I would like to recognize both the students who submitted work and their art teachers. So I would invite to come down and join me, Ms. Vicki Attardo, Middlesex Elementary's art teacher, and Riley Baylor, who was our elementary artist. And if you all will stand here for a little bit, I do have a certificate for you. All right, and from the middle school, I would like to invite down our art teacher, Patina Janesco, and our middle school artist, Tara McGuire. And then from Middlesex High School, I would like to invite down our art teacher, Elizabeth Parrish, and our high school artist, Caitlin Reiner. And so while they join us here this evening, for each of the non-VSBA regions, a winner is chosen for the elementary, middle, and high school levels. And we are proud to announce this evening that Tara McGuire's art won first place in the middle school division for this year's competition. So we are extremely proud of that. All of our artists, her winning art will be framed and displayed in the offices of the VSBA office in Charlottesville, Virginia. So Tara, that stays with them for a year, and then we get it back. The other members, we have your artwork on display at our school board office as soon as you enter in. So I did ask Ms. Janiska to tell me a little bit about Tara and the art and that she does here. Tara is one of our current 8th graders, and her artwork was entitled, I See You. And let me go back to her artwork. I can go, there we go. All right, and so it was created in oil pastel on oak tag paper. In art class, students were taught about macro photography, which is zoomed in and extreme close-up imaging. Students were provided with examples of various macro eyes to review, and Tara selected a bird eye to create in an oil pastel. Her teacher reports that she very quickly mastered layering and blending with impressive results, as you can see here, and is why she won first place in the competition for middle school. Her teacher shares that she is naturally talented and is constantly creating. She embraces all art processes and is not afraid to take risks and try new things, and she is a true gift to the art world. So Tara, congratulations for earning first place, and I want to congratulate both of our other artists for their submissions. I don't know if you knew you had artwork that was being submitted, but your teachers selected your items to share. And so I do have certificates for our artists. And we will grab, if Miss Kim can come down and grab some pictures. Oh. And so we have another recognition this evening. And so also as part of this year's regional meeting for the Virginia School Board Association, each school division was asked to identify a champion for impact for our schools. And our direction was a champion for impact is a person or organization who has made a significant impact within their school community or on the state level. Champion stories could be highlighting achievements, innovative programs, overcoming challenges, or just contributions that have transformed others' lives in the school environment. And we were also told that a champion could be any of the following: teachers, staff members, any partners in education that are in your community, school board members, student, alumni, etc. And so as we talked this over, it would have been very difficult for our staff to identify just one staff member or just one person. The part that was not difficult and the part that was easy is to identify one of our organizations in Middlesex County. And that is the Kiwanis of Middlesex. And they are our biggest supporters and our biggest cheerleaders, and I mean that sincerely. Each year they provide gift cards to new teachers, they donate money and items annually to our schools, they provide thousands of dollars in scholarships to our graduating seniors, In addition to their financial support, they volunteer in our elementary school to read with primary students. They volunteer at the middle school to assist with the reality store, and they beautify our high school by maintaining the outdoor plantings. And it doesn't stop there. They also have a system of volunteers that support the Backpack Buddy program, making sure identified students have food on the weekend. They support student clubs at all 3 of our schools, and they are the true definition of a community partner. We have a video clip, which is only about 20 seconds long, that we had to submit for our Champions of Impact, which I think we are ready to play. So very quick and a quick highlight, the video was shared at the annual dinner that was held last weekend at the same time that the art projects were being judged. And this evening, we want to recognize and thank the Kiwanis for everything you do for our schools, our students, our staff, and our community. And I would invite those who were able to attend this evening. I know some of you have a few words that you can share about our partnership. I know at least one of you has words to share about our partnership, but I would love for all 4 of you to join us. Anne-Marie Riccardi is our president, or their president. And many of them have been volunteering longer than some of you have been on the board or that your kids have been in school here in Middlesex.
Don't forget, we've got Kim Bagsy and Dana, who are also our.
That's exactly right. Let me present you. I do have a. You've got members on. You've got members on. You can highlight the Mardi Gras also if you're still selling tickets. But
if you want to support us, come to the Mardi Gras Friday night.
yeah. Do that.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome. The floor is yours. Just please share anything you would like to share also.
All right. How do I just peek into this? Okay, well, on behalf of the Kiwanis of Middlesex, I would definitely like to say thank you very much for your expression of appreciation. We love the kids like you do. So that's what it comes down to. And in the meantime, would you like to say anything about the Mardi Gras that's coming up? Just in case you hadn't known, we've got a Mardi Gras
Yeah, our
coming up.
Mardi Gras is Friday night. It's our biggest fundraiser that is focused pretty much entirely on college scholarships for kids. So please call me, Greg Chambers, 804-832-9496 if you want tickets, and bring lots of money, okay?
Anyway, really, thank you very much for this.
The person in
For
charge
this-
of it this year is Kim.
Your own.
That's right.
Thank you. And that's all I have for recognitions tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Seitz, and we'll wait for Dr. Seitz to come to the podium again because our next item is educational highlights.
Good evening, members of the board. I think one of the most powerful things about learning to read is actually then being able to learn through reading. And our 5th grade students, through their language arts curriculum, had an opportunity to learn more about African Americans that have had a significant impact on helping shape our society. And so tonight, they are here, a few of them, to share with you presentations that we had the privilege to see as a school community on Friday. They put together for our school community a wax museum. And if you're not familiar with the concept of a wax museum, each of them have been working on their research. They've put together a short, almost like an elevator speech presentation. When students enter or guests enter into the museum, they are frozen as if they are a wax figure. And there's a little light that is pressed that then brings them to life, and they share their story as an individual taking on the role of an African American that they researched. So Ms. Chapman's going to give you a little bit of background about the project, and then a few of them are going to share with you their presentations tonight.
I'm not sure if I need the microphone or not, but I'll get it. Last month, fifth grade read a novel. It's called The Watsons Go to Birmingham, which is a book written about a family that is impacted by the civil rights movement era. After reading, students were given a list of names of African Americans that impacted society in some way. These students, Audrey, Claire, Madison, Carson, and Nicole, are here tonight to share their Wax Museum research projects that they worked so hard on. We also want to thank MES and the school board members for making an appearance on their special day. So first up, we have Madison, and she's going to tell you about who she was.
Hi, my name is Jackie Robinson. I was born on January 31st, 1919 in Carrier, Georgia. I'm most famous for breaking the color barrier in all sports, hitting 137 home runs, and stealing home plate 20 times, including the 1955 World Series. I died on October 24th, 1972 in Stamford due to heart disease and diabetes. Thank you for listening to me today.
And then we have Carson.
Ms. Chapman, can they use the microphone?
Yes.
And that way everybody can hear.
Does it come off? Or
Yeah.
do you want me to
It'll come
stand in
off,
front of it?
either one. Mhm.
Hi, my name is Flo Heyman. I was born on July 31st, 1954. I am famous for I was the first woman to receive an athlete scholarship to Houston University. I also got, when I passed away, a memorial award given for my spirit and commitment to sports. I died on January 24th, 1986. Thank you for visiting me today. Hi, I'm Diana Ross. I was born on March 26, 1944, in Detroit, Michigan. I'm famous for being the queen of Motown and being a member of an all-African American women's singing group called the Supremes. I help pave the way for future black artists. I'm 80 years old and I live on San Marco Island, Florida. Thank you for visiting me today. Hi, my name is Garrett Morgan. I was born March 4th, 1877. I am famous for being the inventor of the stoplight and gas mask, also for winning the second International Explosion of Safety and the Cornish Medal. I died on July 27th, 1963, at the age of 86. Thank you for visiting me today. Hi, my name is Rosa Parks. Wait. Hi, my name is Rosa Parks, and I help give black people the same rights as whites. I was born February 4th, 1913, and my parents' names were James and Liliana McCalloway. I went to Booker T. Washington High School and Alabama State Teachers College for Negroes for high school and college, and I was also married to Raymond Parks and had no children with him. I made history for not giving my seat to James Blake, who was a white man, and started Montgomery bus boycott, which lasted over a year. I died due to progressive dementia on October 24th, 2005. Thank you for visiting me and have a great day.
Thank you.
And Mr. Dunkel, there were a few pictures, yes. You can see some of the other presentations. So today I was interacting with the kindergarten class, and one of the kindergartners said to me, "That was so good, that wax museum we went to on Friday." I said, "It surely was." And they said, "Those kids did such a great job teaching us all about the different people." And I think for a 5-year-old to be able to put into words, you know, that was something that was special to them. They did want to know when the wax museum was coming back. And I said, well, that's like once a year thing. But I think that speaks a lot to just seeing, not only did the kids put so much time into this as we're dealing with inclement weather, but they also were just so professional and so confident in their presentations, which I think says a lot to just their investment and learning about the individuals and the impact. So we appreciate being able to share tonight.
Thank you.
I would add, I visited most of the exhibits that day, and I was very impressed with how easily they could recite back the things that they had learned. And I commented to one young lady, and she said, "I've said it so many times." So, but they did a great job.
Great
They really did.
experiential learning.
Yes,
Really is.
absolutely.
So, also, under educational highlights is environmental literacy. And Byron, are you going to do this?
Yes,
Okay.
he's introducing it.
I'll use my teacher voice. So I'm just really excited to bring these partners with us. Excited to introduce our new environmental literacy plan. It's on our website, right here on the news feed, front and center. Our partners Meredith Dash, Anna Moreau, and Robin Didlake were just really helpful for us to create this. The Hanover Caroline Soil and Water Conservation District recently completed a NOAA Be Wet building capacity grant, which we call Project Wonder, WW Wonder. The goal of the grant was to help school districts in the Middle Peninsula, Caroline, Essex, and Middlesex, so they were doing the same thing that we were doing at the same time, but everyone has a different plan. Build equitable, sustainable, and systemic environmental literacy plans. The Friends of the Rappahannock and Alliance for the Chesapeake Bay are partners on this grant. And I want to introduce Meredith, Anna, and Robin.
Thank you, everybody. Good evening, everyone. It's really nice to be here on behalf of our partner team. As you can see, our plan has 5 goals. So hopefully next slide shows that. There we are, if we can pause there. The goals were generated by the Middlesex County Public Schools Steering Committee members, who all contributed to the ELP, and special thanks to Dr. Bishop and Nicole Huntley, who are here tonight. They both served on our steering committee as members. The goals place an emphasis on developing an appreciation of the outdoors and use of hands-on and inquiry-based learning. It talks about professional development for teachers and makes career connections for the students. Each one of these goals that you see listed here has objectives behind them to help them achieve them, some of which have been completed by the creation of this plan. Most importantly, these goals allow students to be prepared for 3 meaningful watershed educational experiences, or what we call MWEs, MWEE. They will have during 5th grade, 6th grade, and whenever they take environmental science.
Next slide. Yeah, thank you. So one of the first activities that the steering committee participated in was reviewing the strategic plan, charting our course 2023-2029, and other environmental literacy plans. Guided by goals such as deeper learning, capacity building, and community engagement, we created the goals for the ELP. This slide highlights where the strongest alignment exists between the 2 plans. For example, in September, the 6th grade students participated in a MWE outdoor field experience on Urbana Creek with Friends of the Rappahannock. They tested water quality, seine for aquatic species, and kayaked over our oyster reef. In December, we went into their classroom for an issue definition lesson on storm drains and runoff. In February, we tied the activities together by doing an oyster dissection, and they learned the important role that oysters play in the ecosystem and filtering sediment and nutrients out of the water. All 3 of these activities together give the students a local understanding of their community and the importance of protecting its resources.
All right, next slide, please. Thank you. The bulk of the ELP consists of the Environmental Literacy Activity Guide. On this slide is an example showing the SOL 5.9 in 5th grade. The activity guide is based on the Virginia Department of Education Science Standards of Learning and is vertically aligned from kindergarten through biology. All of the SOLs focus on the connection to environmental education. Each SOL has suggested activities within the bounds of the classroom and schoolyard and activities that reach into community spaces. We've also included a list of community partners who can help facilitate these learning experiences for students. As you browse through the full guide, please look for the MeWe circle icon up there on the top right, which notes where the full MeWe, the Meaningful Watershed Educational Experience, will occur. Next slide, please. Thank you. So the next steps of the ELP include the Middlesex School Board reviewing the ELP, administration and school board publicizing it and distributing it widely. Put the ELP into action by ensuring that it's written into the curriculum and begin a plan for providing professional development for teachers. Continuing to work towards meeting the goals of the ELP, continuing to implement MeWEs in grades 5, 6, and enduring environmental science. When necessary, convene the steering committee to review and revise the ELP, and continue to foster relationships with partners that are helping to support its goals. The partner team is most enthusiastic about providing students with opportunities that promote environmental literacy. These opportunities are essential for nurturing the next generation to become responsible stewards of the environment. We also would like to extend a special thank you to Dr. Seitz, Dr. Bishop, and members of the school board and members of the community for listening to us share about the ELP tonight. This has been a joy of a project to work on, and we're so grateful for the opportunity to be sharing it with you and looking forward to you guys implementing it in the future. And at this time, we welcome any questions from the board.
I would just like to add, until you have questions, I also wanted to thank all of you for the partnership that we have. We very much are passionate about our strategic plan and our objectives, and you took that in the steering committee and built that into this beautiful document that you have here. But it's not just about the document, it's about the experiences that you were already providing and that we're able to go forward and provide. And so for that, I thank you. I know Dr. Bishop has spent a lot of time on it. I appreciate Nicole being here also. But it's partnerships like this that help us get to do the things that we may not have the financial resources to do, or maybe we're lacking in some of the state guidance at times, that we can be right here in our own backyard and have such a strong partnership to give our kids these hands-on experiences. So I thank you all for that.
I have a question. Is this planned to be an ongoing project, not just a one-shot deal? But
Not a one-shot deal, and as we said, when it's necessary to bring the steering committee together again, there's things like that, but no, the partnership will continue, definitely.
Because this is really a strength, and probably one of the things that we can do that, say, a school system in Richmond or in Northern Virginia can't do. So I see it as a real strength, and thank you for your effort. Okay, so now it's time.
Can I add one more thing to that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It made me think of something that, I just want you guys to know that this plan, there were only, at the time that we brought this up, there were only school district level plans for 3 counties in Virginia. So by publishing this plan, you were part of, actually Richmond City did publish one, so you guys were part of 5, 6, and 7, because we did one for Middlesex, Essex, and Caroline County. So that's pretty avant-garde and really progressive and really exciting to hear. So yeah, be proud.
We are progressive.
And they brought gifts. They brought,
Yes, we did.
you got Richard Brake.
We had some additional funds in the grant, so we provided some student supplies for the Meaningful Watershed Educational Experiences, some of those data collection things like thermometers and turbidity tubes and water quality testing supplies. And we also provided some supplies for action projects, so litter pickers and student gloves. So if any students want to get involved with projects cleaning up an outdoor area, we've provided supplies for Middlesex to keep, so those can be used for students going forward.
Thank you very much. Now, it's time for public comment. Do we have any, we do have some public comment? There are no signups, so public comment is open and closed. Board member comments. Tiffany, any?
Nothing new for me. No.
And I think in our work session, we covered what I could offer. Tommy?
I have nothing this month.
No? All right, then we'll move on to action items. And I think we're going to hear from Dr. Seitz again on the budget.
We are going to talk about budget. Can you grab me that, Kim? Sorry. No. As we get set up for that, yes, this evening is an action item, of course, on the FY26 budget proposal. I know that Kim's going to grab me the clicker so that I can advance that. I will say that this is the same budget that has been presented at a school board meeting, at the Board of Supervisors work session, and at our public hearing that was last month. So it's not any new information or new numbers. And so, as a repeat of what's already been shared in past meetings, it does include the addition of the following: the early childhood special education paraprofessional, a third full-time speech-language pathologist, a division-wide special education coordinator, and a kindergarten to second grade mathematics coach. It also includes a compensation increase of 7% for teachers and 4% for all other staff, and then any other of the smaller increases are due either to inflation or subscription costs that have gone up in the areas of instruction, operations, and technology. This is based on the governor's current budget, and there is a current budget that the governor put forward when he did his updates in December of 2024. And so even though you hear that the General Assembly has proposed a budget and the governor still needs to sign off on that, yes, we expect some updates, but we do have a budget to work off of, and that's what these numbers are based on. Capital improvement projects that are added are the annual replacement of a diesel bus, rooftop units at Middlesex High School, and replacement of the standby generator here at Sinclair Walker Middle School. There is a chance that the county will be able to receive a grant for that, and that the cost would come down so that it's minimal there. And so this is the revenue summary slide that you should be familiar with, you've seen before. Again, the state and federal amounts are based on the governor's budget as of December 2024. The governor's budget and the General Assembly's budget do include a 3% compensation increase for staff, but as I've shared in past meetings, we are attempting to increase our teacher salaries to bring them more in line with our neighbors, as this is the group that we struggle the most with to retire and to hire and retain. I will say I've had some meetings and conversations with the county about any flexibility in this budget in an effort to help the county balance the overall budget, and we are partners in this effort. And of course, if we need to do that, there can be some adjustments to what has been proposed. The largest adjustment likely would be reducing the compensation request and adjusting some of the positions. But as for this evening, this is the proposed budget that I bring forward to you. We are required to submit a budget to our funding source on or before April 1. And so with this being our last meeting before that date, I do bring this budget to you for your approval.
I think the first thing we need to do is to see if there's a motion for approval of this budget, and then we can have some discussion.
So moved.
Second.
All right, discussion on the motion to approve the budget that Dr. Seitz has presented to us. Are there any questions, comments?
I feel we've covered it enough.
It's the
And with
fourth
all
time
our-
I think
yeah.
we've seen this. Since it's been properly moved and seconded, I'll call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Then the motion carries. I think then it's time for information items. Dr. Bishop?
Yeah, I'm just gonna round up the Black History Month of 2025. Compass did a gallery walk with and they did research on influential Black historians. SCW had the Spark essay celebrating St. Clair Walker's birthday. It's that one thing that gives the students a spark in remembrance of Dr. St. Clair Walker. And the 7th graders also completed a unit on the Harlem Renaissance. Economics and Personal Finance at the high school studied Madam C.J. Walker, who is an entrepreneur in Richmond. And English 12, they are currently reading the book, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, which is about a woman who had cancer cells taken without her permission, and doctors made millions off the research done on these cells. There's a movie about that too. And then, of course, still in my thunder, MES, with their wax museum. They did a great job, and it was so fun. They had the whole cafeteria and the entire gym, and it was just a wonderful time to see these students. So a nice way to round out the Black History Month. So thank you.
A good way to learn about Black history and some of the folks that have really made a significant contribution to the world we live in right now.
Right, and the research, and we don't spend a lot of time, I mean, we do, but speaking and public speaking. So it gives the students an opportunity to do some public speaking, which is really important.
Well, thank you. Then we'll move on to the superintendent's report.
Okay, just a few things. As we shared earlier, spring break is just a few weeks away, March 31st to April 4th. All of our spring sports have started. One of the things I wanted to highlight is an event that's taking place next week. Next week is the National Drug and Alcohol Facts Week, which is March 17th through the 23rd. And we have an assembly going on at the middle school for 8th graders and then all of our high school students. And it's called Sullivan's Message. And Sullivan played for the New England Patriots, but what is not so much that he was in the limelight for was his personal battle with anxiety and addiction instead of being the famous football player. And so he'll speak to the students about that and how the conflict there. His message will emphasize the importance of making healthy choices and developing coping mechanisms with mental health challenges. In addition to that, and complementing his story, there is a narrative of Taylor, who is a young woman who lost her life tragically to underage drinking, a night that she spent underage drinking. And so the students will get to hear that piece and also learn a little about choices and how much they can affect your life. And so the 8th graders will hear that here. High school students would hear it, and then we round out the evening with a family and community night here on Monday evening at 6:30. I know in past events that we've had, the turnout is not always that wonderful, and I know there's lots of things going on in people's lives, but it's such an important message. It's kind of considered the second event to our series that followed the evening of Silent No More, when we talked about the impacts of drug use, even if it's a little bit recreational. And so that information has been sent out to parents. We do have something coming out in the newspaper this week. We've got it on social media, and parents who attend may be surprised with something they could potentially win that evening. I'm throwing out some secrets also. So maybe some raffles for that evening also. So maybe not a fun topic, but an important topic for our families. So I wanted to share that we have that going on Monday the 17th here at 6:30 p.m.
Thank you. That is an important topic, and I would hope that we could have a better turnout for that than we've had for the school board meeting this evening. So bring yourself and bring some people that you care about to hear that message. So then we'll move on to old business. Is there any old business to come before the board?
Mr. Chair, I just wanted to give Anna the opportunity to give a report. I think she was.
Oh, I'm sorry, Anna.
It's okay.
I'm a rookie at this, so
It's all right, it's all right.
please bear
Hold on.
with me.
I'm gonna try and speak into this a little bit. So first, I just wanted to start with the congratulations to all this winter sports athletes because it's officially over, and spring sports have started. And then actually, this Thursday, I will be participating in the virtual student board rep workshop put on by the Virginia School Board Association. So I will be in that all day. And then lastly, the National Honor Society chapter has started student tutoring for 9th and 10th graders in all subjects. There's sign-up sheets in the counseling office, in the lunchroom, and outside of Miss Ambrose's door. And then if you have any questions, you can just email Nikki Ambrose. She's the National Honor Society chapter leader. But I also just wanted to tag along to what Dr. Bishop was saying about African American History Month, that all of the dual enrollment U.S. history and African American history all went to the Middlesex Museum and saw their new exhibit that they have, where it's about all Black African American individuals who have impacted the county. And it's actually really interesting. It shows a lot about, like, different things. I was one of the people who went.
I saw that picture in the paper,
Yes.
so,
They did a really nice job with it.
yeah. Well, thank you for that belated report. My apologies. So now, that's not old business, but is there any old business? Thank you.
No, that was the only business I had.
Any new business? Well, then I entertain a motion to go into closed session. Pursuant to the Code of Virginia, the board will go into closed session to discuss personnel matters, student matters, and legal matters. May I have a motion to go into closed session.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? We're now in closed session.
But now it is, never mind.
Towards it. The chair will now entertain a motion to go out of closed session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Pursuant to the Code of Virginia, the board discussed personnel matters, student matters, and legal matters during closed session. Matters discussed in closed session have been added to the consent agenda and other parts of the agenda as action and information items. Member of the board, please certify that only lawful matters were discussed in closed session. Board members will respond by roll call vote.
Dr. Burnett,
Yes.
Mr. Kennedy,
Yes.
Mrs. McMurtry,
Yes.
and Ms. Robbins.
Yes.
So we are now in open session. And we've returned to our open meeting. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion is carried. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor? To
Aye.
adjourn. Opposed? We are adjourned.